Hello and welcome back to my channel as we review yet another Pompey loss. This time Pompey lost 1-0 away at Stadium MK, home of MK Dons. Now it was simply not good enough from the Blues. Many reasons as to why. I would like to quickly just say though that any opinions I make here are my own. Don't come at me for saying things, I had a few things people do, they disagree and then they moan at me for saying them. But do let me know down below whether you agree with me. Let me know what you think Pompey need to be doing, what you think is going on. Let me know any opinions you have on the football club at the moment. Can we get 10 likes on this one? Please do go down below and subscribe as well if you're new. Thank you all for 750. It means a lot to me. But we will just take a look now at what happened today. I would like to start off though by saying Pompey weren't the worst I've ever seen them today. We did have about 20 minutes of that game where we looked the better side, from about the 60th minute forward. Other than that, though, it was abject. It was just simply unacceptable. The players didn't look interested. There was only one or two maybe players I could pick out that looked like they cared. And the main one of those was George Byers when he came on. He fought for every ball. If he did make a bad pass, he was straight on them. He was in their face trying to win it back. And I just like to credit where it's due to him. Curtis is a one-trick pony. He was found out every time. Harness had an awful day at the office. 4 out of 10 from him at best. Williams got brought off when he possibly was one of our better wingers on the day. Better doesn't mean good, but he was one of our better ones. Marquis looked okay, but lacked the finishing touch and lacked the final product. And then the rest of our team defensively. Charlie Daniels needs to pick up his car and drive out of Pompey. What was he thinking? Talk about the goal now, and it was a penalty. Again, MK Dons haven't scored from open play against us this season. But the ball's there. And Charlie Daniels goes, right, he stood still. Well, hey, I'm coming for you. And he knocks it round him and jumps on the floor. It was a penalty. I'm not going to deny that. He does jump on the floor, but that's not a meaning to say he dived. Charlie Daniels, no need to make the challenge, made it, brought him down. It was a foul. Game done. Well, penalty. And it was a good penalty, well taken by Fraser. Nothing I can complain about there. It was a goal. It was nothing wrong with it. But then the red card. Now, the only reason I don't think it was a straight red was because he went in with 1 foot. The second foot he shouldn't have brought around. But it came around after the player had been passed. So Watmore's gone in 1-footed, won the ball, and then the second foot comes in. I know he probably shouldn't have put his second foot in, and I will admit that, but I don't think it warranted a straight red. The way that the MK Dons media team portrayed it was that he just shot him. He went, awful challenge from Watmore there as he jumps in 2-footed. It's like, hold on a minute, did you actually see the challenge? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't a good challenge, but it wasn't bad. He didn't touch him. But I don't want to dwell on that and say, oh, it's all Watmore's fault, oh, it's a red card, it's all this, because that's negative. We're going to quickly talk though. I think the ref was a bit biased to them. I think we didn't get many decisions, which I think was a bit unfair. I think Cannon got brought down before they had a goal scoring opportunity, and he got pulled back as we went to attack. The ref didn't give anything and only stopped the play when he found out one of their players was down. It highlighted how the ref was going about the game for me. It didn't look like he wanted to give Pompey anything. But Dad was with me for the stream. He has now gone. But we will quickly hear from him as he has still sent me a review.
Right, verdict on that game today. Another absolute shocking display. We weren't good enough from start to finish. We had a couple of chances in the first half. No passion, no drive, no commitment, no pace, no pressing. Awful. We're now going to lose Watmore for 4 games, which is just another blow. Harness, didn't even know he was on the pitch. Williams had a shocking game. Marquis to me is unfit and awful, but we've got no one to replace him with. Curtis is a one-trick pony. He's getting found out time and time again in this league. Charlie Daniels, he looks like he's been in the pub for the last week. It's just awful to watch. Anyone who can actually say that we look remotely like a playoff team who could possibly get out of this league is having an absolute laugh. We ain't good enough. Simply not good enough. You can't blame the manager. Half of these players are under jacket. They ain't good enough. The whole team needs a complete upheaval in the summer. New fresh faces need to be brought in, and half of this crap needs to be gone, because this simply is unacceptable and not good enough. I've had enough. It's just a joke.
Now, thank you for that, for sending that in. I know he's got some passionate feelings and isn't happy after that one, as I think we all aren't. Pompey now winless in 3 games. 6 games under the Cowleys. The form was looking great, but only 10 points from 18 is now looking not so great. It was 9 from 15, which still isn't awful. Sorry, it was 10 for 15, which isn't awful, but then it's dropped a bit more since. Was it 9? Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, we'll look at some more results now. There are 2 games still to happen at half-5, which could see Pompey drop out of the playoffs if Oxford can find a win. But Blackpool beat Sunderland 1-0, continuing Sunderland's bad run of form. Lincoln travelled to Bristol Rovers and beat them 1-0. Burton got a last-minute equaliser to draw 1-1 with Plymouth. Charlton drew 0-0 with Ipswich, but they could go above Pompey now. Hull beat Fleetwood 2-1 from 1 goal down. MK Dons then did beat Pompey 1-0. Rochdale beat Accrington 3-1, lifting them off bottom of the league. Doncaster travelled to Shrewsbury, winning 2-0 for the first time in 5 games. And Wigan beat Crewe 2-0. Now that leaves the league table. Hull have surpassed 80 points on 42 games played. Peterborough with a game in hand on 79 points. Sunderland now third, 8 points off promotion with no game in hand there. Then Lincoln, Blackpool and Pompey make up the playoffs. Pompey now only 2 points clear of Charlton, who do have a game in hand. That's not looking great for the Blues, although they do have superior goal difference. Charlton go above us with a win. Oxford can go above us later on today if they can beat Gillingham at home, and then Ipswich are 9th. We'll move down now to the bottom of the table. Swindon are the new team at the bottom of the league. They do face 20th place Wimbledon later though. Bristol Rovers, Rochdale and Northampton make up the bottom 4, with Wimbledon, Wigan and Shrewsbury making up the next 3 teams. It's getting close down there. Swindon, Pompey's opponents on Tuesday, need to be beating them. But we'll quickly talk about Pompey's run-in now and what I think we need to be doing. So from now, beat Swindon, they're bottom of the league, you should be beating them. Bristol Rovers, another team in a relegation battle. They fight well, but I think we need to beat them. Accrington, then they're another team that can beat teams and lose to teams, but I think we need 6 points off of those, and Wimbledon as well. We shouldn't be losing now, we shouldn't be dropping points, and if we do, we shouldn't be dropping them badly. We've got 5 games left, 12 points is the minimum. 12 points is the minimum for playoffs now, I think. You know, you're looking at, we had 4 wins on the bounce. I forgot that under the Cowleys, I said a minute ago 3, it was 4, which means it was 13 points out of 15, which is 13 points out of 18, which is good. It's now not that great. We will put in our last results on the table now. But, you know, Pompey's away record continues to drop down, 5th in the league now. It was the top in the league at one point. But I think that is where this video is going to end, because I don't have much more to talk about. It's a painful one to take, but we have to take it. And ultimately, that is where this video ends. Please, can you like and subscribe to the channel? It means so much to me. Please do let me know your opinions on the game down below, and I'll see you in the next one.